Hey there, guys, and welcome back to another Factorio Friday Facts discussion, number 307017, Stable Candidate. And Affliction has decided to bow out of the Friday Facts. He is kind of just stepping out of the whole Factorio world in general. And I have gotten one of my other friends who just started playing Factorio fairly recently to join me, and his name is Bombug. So how's it going, dude?
Hey, it's going great. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. So this he's going to be joining us from this point forward when he can and wants to. So because you've played a bit, you're maybe like halfway through the game. You're messing with some oil and stuff now.
Yeah, I've got about 40 hours logged so far. Not too much, but I've been, learning the train system now, trying to get bots going. I've gotten up to blue science. I'm working on making that actually producing in mass. Pretty addicted.
Yeah,
Gotta play.
yeah. It's man, 40 hours, and like the scary thing is 40 hours is like, oh, he's only halfway through the game at 40 hours.
Oh yeah, it's getting real crazy. I've got just massive biter spawns all around my base. Getting scared. I lost my first couple maps to biters earlier, so you know, learning the game, trying to keep everything moving without dying. It's fun.
Yeah, for sure. So, last thing before we actually get into this Friday Facts, the other cool thing about having you join is you have because Affliction and the person before him, Scarhoof, had some technical programming computer background, and you have that as well. I think in a bit of a different field than Affliction did, but um, you have because you do that as a living.
Yeah. So right now I work as a DevOps engineer. I do a lot of backend infrastructure programming and supporting my team and whatever tools they need to get their programming flowing better. I
Mm-hmm.
build their environments, I automate their code builds, and because of that automation, man, I'm really into Factorio right now.
Yeah, it's like
Automation is just
perfect.
awesome.
Yeah, it definitely draws that kind of crowd. So this is going to be great because they do write technical Friday facts sometimes that just go so over my head I can barely even read them. So you will hopefully be able to help out with that when they come along. But yeah, so we'll hop into this. It's a very short, easy one. So first part is written by Bilka. They had a lovely surprise waiting this Monday. One of our fans had sent them a delicious cake, no petrochemicals included. Greetings from Germany. So, dude, this cake is like classy
Man,
as heck.
oh yeah, that is a loaded cake.
Yeah.
I don't know if you make cakes very often, but I don't think I can make anything that fancy, and especially the ones with berries are like my favorite. I could go for cakes with berries or like a raspberry sauce. Anything.
Oh yeah, it's so good. I mean, this has like I don't know, like 8 layers or something. I mean, it has like a chocolate like crust and then like some sort of maybe it actually almost looks kind of like ice cream or something.
Yeah, like a thick frosting of some sort.
Yeah, and then more chocolate and then this massive amount of berries on top. This is man, I wish my fans would send me cake like that. um
Oh, that would be nice. Got to make
yeah.
sure to check your mail often. You don't want that getting old.
Yeah, that's true. And especially with this heat, it would kind of probably be like inedible after like an hour.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it didn't last very long, not surprisingly. But that's pretty awesome. So thanks to Khan for that. It certainly helped with bug fixing push this week. And speaking of bug fixing, 017 stable candidate, which is awesome. So we're pretty deep into 017. I believe 017 has the most subversions of any major version they've ever released. I think 16 was actually the highest before that. The stable 16 is 16.51, um, and they're already at 0.63 here, or 64 rather. Um, so basically, last week they made a big push to fix as many remaining bugs as they can, and they're down to only 36 reports on the forum. Since these remaining bugs aren't hard crashes, safe corruptions, or desyncs, they're looking to consider 17.64 releasing today as the stable candidate. So basically, that means that if all goes well over the weekend and nothing too serious comes up, they'll mark 17 as stable next week, and then they will continue to fix bugs and issues after the stable, and will also start work on features of the next stable, so the GUI improvements and all the rest we have mentioned in the past. And then, so one thing to mention, because you and I were discussing this before the video, is once they mark this as stable, if you have auto updates on your Steam and you're not playing 17 already, do keep in mind that once it's stable and it's marked, if your auto updates are on, it'll update to this. And the main thing to consider here is science, because science changes or in 17. They changed science, I believe, from 16, and then also the oil changes they just discussed are going to change, which could definitely mess up your build. So you may want to just do, a backup or something here as soon as you can, just to make sure.
Yeah, those oil changes are pretty controversial.
Yeah, big time. They seem to be pushing through with them, though. I guess we'll see how it works out. Um, So then, basically, last thing for this section is the next few weeks. A lot of the teams going on vacation, so a lot won't be happening. But it's been quite a long experimental release. They had a lot of new things to fix and a lot of technical debt from the year of development. There won't be another release quite so large. We only have a few major things left to cross off before they call Factorio finished. So, all new GUIs implemented. There's some implemented already in 17, but definitely not all. New campaign and mini tutorials, completed high-res graphics, and maybe some small surprises along the way. And one thing that everybody is interpreting this last one as is hopefully them introducing a new vehicle they've been teasing for like the last 4 years, Spidertron.
Ooh, that's
Which,
gonna be fun.
yeah, so it's basically, I mean, they may or may not, but everyone's hoping it'll be in this. And it's like yeah, I mean, it's basically like a mechanical spider vehicle that can like walk over like objects and over water and stuff,
Oh,
shallow
it can go
water,
in water too. Okay,
like just like on the edges and stuff, and like walk over your buildings and like trees.
that's awesome. Yeah, I heard a lot of people are using mods so that they can squeeze in between buildings easier.
Oh
I feel
yeah,
like having a vehicle that can do that will be nice.
yeah, super nice. Um, None of them are easy, but each day brings us closer to concluding this chapter of Factorio history, which maybe teases the fact that there will be another chapter. Maybe a DLC or something would be pretty cool.
Boy, gotta make Refactorio.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe in that one we can actually go to space.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Oh
Gotta
yeah,
add on to your space exploration series.
yeah, exactly. I wouldn't even need a mod then. Um, so then last thing here, super quick touch on is prototype documentation overhaul. Or maybe the first part was by cloning because this is by Bilka as well. But just in time for stable release, the prototype documentation, which for anyone who doesn't know is like all this for like modding and stuff. For mods has received a major overhaul. The backend has been converted to use Semantic MediaWiki to store the prototype documentation data in machine readable format. So basically, it just makes the whole thing easier to read, easier to find things. It's more complete, and it lists the overview page lists all 199 prototypes and their 1943 fields.
Ooh. Yeah, that is a lot of fields. That's going to be super useful for anyone modding. Before the documentation was maybe a little bit scuffed. This is
Yeah,
going to be real nice.
yeah, a little bit. So yeah, this is gonna be super, super nice. Just always improving stuff for modders, which is good. And that's pretty much it. I mean, this is like one of the shortest ones we've ever had. So that's pretty much it. I'm still just like staring at this cake, but
Oh
um,
yeah, it's
so,
too bad it's already gone. All we get to see was the pictures.
I know. I like. There's a card here that says where it's from, but that's somewhere in the Czech Republic. Definitely couldn't get it to the U.S. Unfortunately, I don't think.
I mean, we could visit.
I
Just get
could
on the
visit.
train.
Yeah, like $1,000 plane ticket, 20-hour flight for a cake. Sounds good.
It's a pretty good looking cake.
Yeah, totally worth it. Um, but yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this one. So, um, Yeah, unfortunate that Affliction is leaving us, but excited to have Bombug here joining us, and hopefully next week there will be a little bit more to dig into.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's good to see dedicated devs just working away every week and giving us updates. Not a lot of games have that, so you got to appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. It's pretty rare, and just really, really nice. 307 weeks in a row. Um, so that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, leave your thoughts below on the forums and on the Reddit. And until next time, we will see you later.